Welcome back, everybody, to Roll of the Dice. It has been 3 months since the last episode, and it's taken that amount of time for me to figure out a new way to record being in quarantine, because I am not at my house. I am in the Oxfordshire countryside.
The Oxfordshire countryside.
Yeah, that place. But I have finally figured out a way to record, and so we're back. Welcome back, Ben. How are you?
I am alright. I am slightly losing my mind in isolation. Because being isolated, you're not allowed out, and all I can see of the outside world is through the skylights, and all I see is either bad driving or an argument from the neighbours, which is quite entertaining. I mean, it's prime ITV content on my front door.
Nice. I suppose you do live kind of in the middle of...
Yeah, it's like a main road that goes in and out of Leicester.
Nice. So, what's news, my dude?
I don't really know, other than more of the same. Stay inside, but don't stay inside. But go to work from home if you can, but don't if you can't.
I don't know if you got the news, but we have a preliminary reopening of the 4th of July. Well, that's when some of the businesses will reopen, the 4th of July. But it feels like, unless there is a second wave, which is very possible, obviously, that we are sort of starting to see the light at the end of the very long tunnel.
Yeah, we might actually be able to get out for summer.
Maybe.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Which I, for one, cannot wait for. Because I think the last time I went out was... I remember it, because it was the 1st of April. Because I got the letter from the NHS saying that you're extremely vulnerable. And I was reading it whilst walking to the co-op. And
good.
Questioning in my head, it's the 1st of April. Is this... It can't be an April Fool thing or something.
Nice. That's incredible.
Yeah. But
that would be the ultimate troll.
Just a super troll right there.
I
was reading it in possibly the worst place to be reading it, in a local corner shop, outside in public, reading this letter to telling me to stay inside, don't go out, isolate.
Oh, I have had my own mask personally made for me.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've seen a bunch of people custom making their own homemade masks.
Yeah, I mean, I had mine made for me. It's nothing special. It's mostly just a black piece of fabric, but has mask.
Do you feel like a mid-90s rapper now?
No, I feel like I'm... what's the word? You know the band Hollywood Undead?
Oh, yeah. yeah.
That's the aesthetic I feel like I'm going for right now.
That one-hit wonder.
They've got more than one song. Just, that's the one song everyone remembers. It's quite funny.
Speaking of weird songs, do you know the band Ailstorm?
Yeah.
The weird pirate metal
Oh
band?
yeah, I love Ailstorm so much.
Have you heard their latest thing?
Yep.
It is right. So, okay, to the audience, this is a band called Ailstorm. It's a pretty cool pirate metal band. They recently teamed up with. It was featuring another artist who was possibly a trap artist, because they released this song called Tortuga, which was an insane blend of trap and pirate metal.
It's amazing. It is so in my wheelhouse, it's unreal. I love it.
So mad.
I love Ailstorm so much.
They're so good. Whenever I think of them, whenever I hear them, I always think of our trip up to Alton Towers.
Yeah, that was such a great trip.
It was so good.
Oh, so good.
I like the contrast of cars as well, like in music. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry for
We
friends.
won. Like, there's no contest. We won.
Yeah,
But yeah, in terms of news and like noteworthy, relevant to this podcast, 3 weeks until The Last of Us 2. I'm not very excited, he says, lying. I'm extremely... 3 weeks.
your teeth. Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's 3 weeks today. I think it's 3 weeks today. Because it's the 10th of June it comes, or the 14th of June, or something like that.
like mid-June.
Yeah. So I've been keeping up with basically every ounce of information I can get my hands on.
Yeah,
And so when lockdown started, they refunded everyone their pre-orders because they weren't going to release it when they said they were going to. And I think it was last week, they reopened the pre-orders. So on payday, I'm going to pre-order. Yeah, all those
pre-order.
all those prefixes and all that stuff.
Yeah, I saw that they were releasing a special Last of Us 2 PlayStation edition. Like a console that's been graphicked up to be a Last of Us 2 themed.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a
I had a Halo 3 Xbox 360.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Halo was like my entire life in the mid to late 2000s.
Yeah.
Halo 2, Halo 3 were the games I've probably put more hours into other than League. Because
League is a religion.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like Halo's is like a staple experience in like every gamer's life.
Yeah. So while I've been out here, Alex and I have played through every single Halo campaign.
Oh, that sounds like an absolute laugh.
Yeah, it was freaking great. We started on Halo 1. No, sorry, we started on Halo Reach. We did Halo 1, Halo 2, ODS2, Halo 3, Halo 4. We didn't do Halo 5 because it's only on the Xbox One and we don't have one. So we haven't done that one. But we probably will at some point.
Yeah.
Like...
How come you started with Reach?
Because it's the
chronological order?
Yeah. Chronologically, it's the prequel to Halo 1.
Reach is still my favourite. I love Reach.
Yeah, Reach... I mean, the campaign is literally them launching the Pillar of Autumn from Reach with Cortana on it. And then Halo 1, they find Halo.
Yeah.
And you take Cortana into the Halo ring. I got, like... Have you played them all?
I've played 1, 2, 3, ODST, Reach. 4 was the one where with the what do you call them? The Forerunners. Was that it?
The Prometheans.
Yeah, with like weird grey and orange. Like, yeah, like a grey and orange color scheme. Yeah. I think that was the last I played. I mean, these don't count, but Halo Wars as well.
See, I never got into Halo Wars, which is weird because I love RTS games. In fact, something I've been doing a lot of while I've been here is playing RTS games. I've been playing like Command & Conquer and Age of Empires and, those like classic RTSs.
Yeah.
And I love them. Like, they're some of my favorite games to play. Could not get into Halo Wars. Don't know why.
No, there was something about it that didn't sit right.
No.
Maybe it was because it's a Halo thing. You're expecting to be a first person shooty kind of thing. Maybe,
yeah. It's a good point. Something else I've been doing is playing the Final Fantasy VII remake. I've not actually completed it yet because I took like 3 weeks off of playing it whilst we were doing Halo campaigns and watching anime. By the way, I've watched so much anime while I've been here.
That sounds good. What have you been through? What have you been watching?
Mostly been watching One Piece, but we managed to watch like 200 episodes since being here. Like, and that's not even, I'm not even halfway there. I'm nearing halfway now, but I'm not halfway through yet, which is insane.
Yeah, that's the daunting thing with anime,
Yeah.
is that there's 100,000 episodes.
Not all the time. Like most animes are only between 25 and 50 episodes, right? There are the select few, One Piece, that have 950.
Yeah, One Piece and is it Bleach that also has?
Bleach has like 350 to 400. But there is a new season of Bleach coming out after a 15-year hiatus.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a new season of Bleach. There's also a second season of Inuyasha, which is a really popular anime from the early 2000s, I think. And that was only one season. That was like 23 episodes or something. But they're doing a second season, which is great because the manga always was that everyone was like, do season 2. The manga is amazing. Do it. And then they finally announced like a week ago or 2 weeks ago that they're doing season 2 of Inuyasha. Which I'm excited for because I watched it like, it was one of the first anime I watched back when anime was on like, do you remember when it was on like Toonami or one of those type of,
yeah.
Or like, yeah, it was on those kind of channels on Sky.
Yeah,
and they had like a select
weird
few
side channels like
yeah.
Toonami, or was it Jetix?
Yeah. And they had like a very select few, and Inuyasha was on there, along with like Dragon Ball Z and Naruto, and you know the really popular ones.
Yeah, the more mainstream anime.
But I'm a big fan. It's a really good show. It's if you like samurais and stuff, then I would recommend it.
It almost does well, like not making a second season for ages and ages and ages, because then it builds up like nostalgia and
anticipation.
Kind of and an anticipation hype.
Yeah, another anime that I watched, or I'm currently watching, it's called Yu Yu Hakusho, and it's the sort of typical like nerdy kid gets sucked into a fantasy world and has to help defend the land from evil. And he's in this world, he's like a pretty good swordsman and stuff. But yeah, it's a good show.
That sounds cool. Maybe, speaking of like TV shows and things that have new seasons coming out, did you hear the Community table read?
Yes, I did! I was so excited! See, 6 seasons in a movie! 6 seasons in a movie! I am so excited.
Yeah, like it's so funny. Community.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's funny that up until I think the last season it started to waver a little bit. But I don't know.
I mean, the whole issue with Chevy Chase was like pretty extreme.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't even dislike the last season, season 5, to be honest. Like season 3 is where it peaked for me. That's where it was at absolute best. I love season 3 of Community. But yeah. Speaking of other things coming out, Stranger Things season 4.
Oh yeah. When's that?
April 2021. April 2021. I'm so excited. Alex and I watched all of Stranger Things because he had never seen it. So I think it was 2 weekends ago. We started on the Friday, finished on the Sunday evening, and we just watched all 3 seasons over the weekend. And tomorrow is his day off, so we are going to watch all of The Mandalorian tomorrow.
Oh, good.
Very, very excited for that.
Yeah. I'm 2 episodes in. Have you seen anything of it?
I mean, other than like the Baby Yoda spoilers and the fact that, you know, he looks like Boba Fett. No, I've managed to stay away from spoilers, which is kind of incredible because I spend so much time on Twitter. But yeah, I've managed to avoid spoilers up till now. So tomorrow, we're doing that. I've been asked, like, multiple people have been like, so, are you free on Saturday? I'm like, no, I'm sorry. I have plans. I have prior engagement. I apologize. So tomorrow, gonna go hard. I think we're gonna watch all of Mandalorian, and I think we're gonna play... There's a Stranger Things Season 3 game. It's like a side-scrolly arcade-style, sort of 16-bit...
Oh, it's not a mobile game, is it?
It's on the PS4.
Oh, okay. I'll have to have a look because I remember I got a Stranger Things mobile game, but I think this was before Season 3 came out.
Fair enough.
And
Yeah,
it's very much like a retro, 16-bit kind of game.
Fair enough. You should look into it. It's on the PS4, and I think you can play up to 4 players. But we're going to 2-player at the campaign. We also might try 2-player Overcooked 2.
We've done that. Me and my partner here, we did Overcooked 2 in basically a day.
Nice.
Like a day or 2 days.
Nice.
Because she's not petty. I love her to bits, but we were playing Overcooked 1, and she sat there in a sulk with like, you've already played this with like Luke and Chris, haven't you? Well, yeah.
Yeah. Before I ever met you, when you listen to this, we played that long before you guys ever met. So
You've been told.
I claim amnesty from your wrath.
But yeah, we got Overcooked 2, and we got the what was it? There's like a season pass that you can get for it that gets you all the DLC and stuff, like the expansions. Like there's Night of the Hangry Horde, which is a cool like vampire horror thing.
Nice.
Then there's is there a beach one? Yeah, there's Surf and Turf, which is you're on a beach making cocktails and stuff. It's quite fun. And what's the other one? The other one's campfire cookout. You play like scouts on like a camping holiday in the woods, doing like s'mores and things like that. It's pretty fun.
Nice.
But yeah, Overcooked is like one of those games that you can either like reinforce and solidify your friendship or throw it out the window.
Yeah. Like, for us, when we did it, we were quite fortunate in the fact that we are both, pro gamers. So we managed to smurf all over that game. Yeah.
I miss those times. I missed like the whole couch play, like get your friends around and couch play on the same TV like moments.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that's what, circling back round to Halo, that's what Halo was so good for back in the day.
Yep, that's why Alex and I went like hard on that.
So what have you been doing outside in the real world?
Well, to be honest, I have been mastering the craft, I have been learning the craft of gardening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I've been digging holes and other stuff.
Getting your green fingers in.
Something to that effect, yeah.
Gardening's a really, really fun thing. I remember I used to, every now and then I'd go up to my grandma's house and help her in her back garden.
Mm.
And it was kind of like it's not a mindless thing to do. It's like a relaxing thing you can switch off and like take care of something else. It's like self-care through care for another thing.
Yeah, I'm hurting. I'm gonna be honest. Like my back and my shoulders hurt a lot. But I'm glad that I have the opportunity to learn something new, I guess. Does that make sense? Yeah.
You're glad that you extend it into a different kind of hobby,
Yeah, exactly.
pastime, hobby, that kind of thing.
That kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah, it is a very, very physical thing. Like people don't realize how physical it can be. Like
Mm,
because like bags of compost and like pots can be like stupid heavy.
yeah.
And one wrong thing, and you're on the floor with a twingy back.
Yeah. Um, I have spent a large portion of my time on my back, or on my front, or just generally lying down after working, because I'm like, I'm dying. Help. Help me. Yeah, it's just a big old mess. So, what about you? What new skills have you acquired in the new world?
I don't know, what have I done? Looks round, empty house.
Are you there by yourself at the minute?
Yeah. I'm in the flat by myself because she's gone. My partner's gone down to Reading for a couple of weeks. Primarily to see her mum and see her family. To keep both their spirits up because she's a very, very family person.
Yeah.
Misses them all. But primarily, her dad got 2 kittens, so
I mean, priorities, right?
priorities, yeah. Um, but what have I done? I tried some arts and crafts, like outside of my usual arts, um, my arts forte. Because
Okay.
one, I've been drawing D&D maps for you, and
They are so good, by the way. I really want like a collage of all the things all the maps you've made for us. They're so good, y'all. Y'all should see them. Oh my god, they're so good.
I'll throw a couple up here.
Nice.
But yeah, I've been trying to make. Now she won't hear this before I give it to her, but I've tried to make like a desk tidy out of, the not jar, like the pots of hot chocolate powder you can get, like the cans of hot
Yes.
chocolate.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you mean.
We've got like 2 of those, and I finished one the other day, and I thought that can make a real nice like desk tidy. And I've been trying to what's it, papier mâché, the outside of it, so I could like paint and like do patterns on the outside of it and give it like a cool texture.
You've really been hitting those arts and crafts. Damn.
Yeah, but for that you need flour as like one of the main ingredients
Right. Sure.
of it, and we've got like a tiny amount, like nowhere near enough to make like a proper sticky mix.
Sure.
Um, so when I came to try it, I had like a super watery like papier mâché like paste, and it did not go well.
Ah. Oof. But I mean, at least you're doing like cool creative stuff. I mean, gardening, to be honest, the reason I started doing it is mostly just to do exercise because my life had become sedentary.
Definitely,
I
it's
was
difficult
doing,
for it not to be, right?
yeah, but I'm definitely enjoying it, and so that's good.
Yeah, it's rewarding doing a physical thing because you feel like you've achieved something, even if
Yeah.
it's like very little, because you've put effort into it, and it's what am I trying to say? It's like, is it endorphin releasing? Is that it? Or serotonin releasing?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean though.
Yeah,
The chemical reaction that makes you feel good about when you accomplish stuff.
yes, that one.
Scientists who listen in, tell us in the comments below what that thing is, because we're dumbs. Like, you gotta remember, we are both big dum-dums.
We are super dumb.
Yeah. Speaking of super dumb, I realized that pretty much everyone in the party, apart from you, in the D&D campaign we are on, are so dumb. They're just so dumb. But
How
but
so?
their intelligence
Apart-
scores are like less than 10.
Are they?
Yeah, both. I think it's Alex and Chris's int scores are less than 10, and I think
Chris's int score is less than 10.
yeah,
Wow, okay. What have I got? Although he says this, comparing himself to one character who regularly wakes up in random places, um, one character who tried to seduce a three-arm artificer and nearly got away with it.
oh god, that was so funny. Holy shit, that was one of the funniest things I've ever experienced in D&D. So, one of our friends plays a bard, tried to seduce a three-armed robot man, and so nearly managed it with the rolls.
Well, she did, didn't she? Like
He.
he was fully swooned by her up until what was it? He took damage or something, and it snapped him out of it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if it continued, he'd have fully introduced his third robot arm to her.
I think Sam was playing a dude. I think. I can't remember. It was Oren a guy. I'm pretty sure he was.
Maybe, I'm not sure.
Doesn't matter. But yeah, oh my god, it was so funny. However, next week, Friday, there will be an introduction to a new character. We've sadly, due to scheduling conflicts and just general things, a couple of our players have had to drop out of the campaign, which is fair
But
enough.
I mean, they are absolute goals, though. I mean, I'd love to have like
Yeah,
not enough time for D&D campaigns.
yeah,
Like,
because they play too much D&D.
yeah,
Like that's freaking awesome.
yeah. I mean, I understand that you do need time to yourself and time
Yeah.
to switch off.
But yeah, like with the open-ended invitation to come back whenever they feel like they want to. However, in losing the pair of them, we are gaining a new player. And it will be
A new champion enters the arena.
yeah. Choose your character. Sorry. Yeah, my little brother is going to be joining the party.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Yeah. He has only had like a very minor taste of D&D, and he said he really enjoyed it. So he's going to be playing, I believe, a barbarian.
Oh,
I think. Don't quote me on that. I think he's playing a barbarian. And I think he's playing a Goliath barbarian.
oh, that sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
It sounds similar to my other character. So my other character I'm playing in two different D&D campaigns. One is yours, obviously,
Yeah.
and I've got another campaign that's being run on Roll20, which
Okay.
is really nice to use actually, because you're not forever having to go, am I in range of this character? Am I in range of that person? Because you can see, because there's tokens on the screen.
Sure.
But yeah, he's in that. I'm playing a Goliath fighter.
Okay.
Which
pretty
is
cool.
pretty cool. I like super tank,
Yeah.
many hit points. But yeah,
Ah.
looking forward to play with your brother and see what new dynamic we've got, rather than like, not to like discredit them, but Pinky and Perky, the mischievous troublemakers they were.
Yeah. I think his character will be a lot more straightforward. A lot more
Saying as he sees it.
Yeah, see thing, smash. I see enemy, I hit.
You bad. You die.
But yeah, so that's...
Oh, I'm still like super excited to see how how we play my characters. Interesting side kind of quest with my whole
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
with my Vecna possession
Yeah.
thing going on. I'm a little bit worried with it because I don't feel like I've really acted on it.
I mean, it'll
In
take
terms
shape.
of
It'll take shape eventually.
yeah, but yeah, D&D is one of the few things that I've got like to look forward to in isolation
Yeah,
because obviously I can't go outside and every day starts to look the same.
for sure, for sure.
Yeah, and all I've got on my calendar is repeating D&D on like Mondays and Fridays.
It's such a good game. I love D&D.
It is so good. It's like it's one of those easily approached. Um, you can jump in from like you can jump in with any amount of experience, like with nothing or with all the experience, and you can still play.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, actually, there is something that I wanted to talk about. I've just remembered. So, apparently, you know Hideo Kojima?
Yeah,
Yeah. For anyone who doesn't know, he's the creator of Metal Gear Solid and Death Stranding and some other titles. But those are the Metal Gear Solid is what he's like really famous for.
yeah,
There was some rumors going around that he is going to be partnering with Riot, the makers of League, for a new game under the Riot like banner, and it's sort of fueled the rumor mill that there is going to be a League of Legends themed MMO at some point, and I cannot tell you how excited I am for that. Like, if that becomes a reality, that is the game I would sink my life into, because I would play WoW, but I am so far behind on where WoW is now that it would take me forever to catch up, and I don't have the money for a start to, buy all of the expansions plus pay the monthlies, right? I don't have the money for that.
yeah.
But
It's
if
a
a new
subscription.
and there's no other MMOs out at the moment that are like at that level, with the possible exception of Final Fantasy XIV. I have considered getting into that. But if a League of Legends MMO came out and it started from the ground up, I would be right there. That would be my life.
Yeah, it's difficult to find a new thing to sink yourself into because it's got to be like new enough to be interesting, but not old enough to be dominated by um what am I trying to say? Dominated by like players who have got 1,000 hours into it already and
Yeah,
have been there and done that and done everything.
yeah,
And yeah, it needs to be interesting enough to keep you in and have like a roadmap of like expansions and things to come.
exactly.
But yeah, that sounds really really cool
Yeah,
because the league universe is so huge.
yeah. It's like one of those things that are like, what's the word? It's like one of those things that is universally accepted as like top of the field in what it is right now, right? It is the top of the esports MOBA, that field of gaming. That it is widely accepted as like the number one thing, right? But
Yeah.
recently with the release of like Teamfight Tactics, Legends of Runeterra, and Valorant, it's starting to expand into these other genres that are like dominated by these other companies, and they're doing really well. Like Teamfight Tactics is like doing really well. Valorant just finished the beta. The actual release comes out, I think, mid-June, and it picked up a lot of traction.
Yeah, because
Especially on the streamer world, where like people are like, there's a new CS game coming out with powers. That's cool.
yeah, because that Valorant like caters to both, like both gaming worlds. In you've got the one world which is the CS:GO world where you've got the precise FPS kind of shooter. Then you've got the League of Legends fans who have been with Riot for ages and see Riot's new game and jump on that
Yeah.
because it's the maker of League of Legends and it's a respected company. So I think Riot are going to make absolute huge bank out of this.
Oh, for
Not
sure.
that they already don't out of League of Legends, but I think they've really, really smartly gone. I will go with something that blends those two together, and something released on mobile.
Yeah, for sure. I think the business model at Riot is like really intelligent. They make so much money.
Yeah,
They're one of the like, I think along with Square Enix and there's another one. They're one of like only $3 or $5 billion gaming companies. It might be Naughty Dog is one of the other ones. But there are very few that are $1 billion companies, like purely gaming companies, right? Like obviously they'll have subsidiary, like a lot of gamings will be subsidiaries of, other companies, or they will outsource their stuff to, and they get income in other ways. But like pure gaming, I think there are only like 3 or 4 companies that are $1 billion companies.
yeah.
I know Riot is one of them. So I'm just looking something up on my phone. Riot, Naughty Dog, Square
Activision,
Enix,
Blizzard.
Activision, and Blizzard.
Yeah.
So 5 companies are $1 billion plus in gaming. So they're clearly doing something right. If you think about it, like they must be doing something right. Also, they're branching out even further. There's the League of Legends anime coming out in the fall, which is going to be so popular.
It's going to be super, super insane.
Yeah, I'm so excited for that. But while I've been in quarantine, I've been playing a lot of League. Because it's like, it's like something that I would do if I had the opportunity, and I currently do, so I'm making the most of every opportunity I get to play. So I'm playing like pretty much every day, and I'm playing like 10 games a day. We out here on our grind. I finally got to gold last weekend. Got gold
That's
rank.
cool.
Yeah. It only took... So, a friend of mine who I play with frequently, we played... I think it was... In 3 days, I think we played 75 games.
Wow. How long is each game?
Between...
So try and like put that in perspective.
each game is about half an hour to 45 minutes, on average. Some are shorter, some are longer. I have played games that have been an hour plus. I've also played games that have been, less than 20 minutes. Just, depending on sort of how things go.
Yeah.
But, like, at one point, the one day, I think it was the Saturday, I think we started at about 9 a.m. and we went till about 5 a.m. the next day, and we played we played 37 games in a row.
Wow.
Yeah, it was hectic. Well, and the thing was, we won pretty much. I think our win rate in like 40 games was 80%.
Wow. When you're on that roll.
Yeah, exactly. We were like, we can't stop. We're on fire here. We need to keep going. So we did. And it was dumb, but we did it.
You need to send out tweets saying, "Help! We're too good."
But like we're there now, so we're both gold. We both did it. But the problem is like I'm trying to play to other people's schedules at the moment because my schedule is pretty much open. I'll play whenever. So when someone texts me being like, "Luke, let's play League," I'm like, "All right, cool. Let's do it." But other people are still working, or they have prior commitments or relationships, or like the things that people do. I don't have to do 90% of that stuff. Like, I am a lot more time I have a lot more free time than other people.
Yeah.
Nice. Ooh. But yeah,
Yeah,
so
League is definitely something that you would like. It's one of the games that you would take away on a desert island.
yeah, if I could have a desert island with Wi-Fi and a decent computer,
League is what it would be.
League is the game. But yeah, I got sunburnt yesterday, which is not something that's happened to me in England in like a long time. I was out in the garden doing gardening stuff, and I got sunburnt on the back of my neck, and I was like, "What?" I mean, yesterday was hot. Don't get me wrong; like, it was a hot day, but usually the type of heat that I would burn under isn't, England or UK heat. Like when I went to South Africa, I got hella burnt because it is like properly hot out there. But
Yeah.
there's a lot less ozone in the southern hemisphere towards the Antarctic Circle. The ozone is a lot more, was a lot flimsier, I guess is the best way I'd describe it. I don't burn in England ever, and yesterday I actually got burnt on the back of my neck, which
Yeah.
is kind of bizarre because it wouldn't have happened if I hadn't had to tie my hair up. As you know, I have long hair, so I tied my hair up so it wouldn't fall on my eyes while I was gardening, and where I had tied it up in sort of a high ponytail, back of my neck got burnt. I was like, what is this?
Yeah, because it's been stupid hot over the past couple of days.
It's really nice today. There's a really nice,
Yeah.
strong breeze. Really good day for gardening. I was out in the garden earlier. Spent about an hour digging up part of the garden. Hard work, because
Yeah.
the ground is pretty solid, so I had to water the top, or to soak the top layer to make the ground, diggable. Because it's hard to dig. Because I'm just sort of removing the grass off of the top layer of a strip of earth, and you can soak the top layer with water, but once you dig through that, it's still solid underneath. And I was like, okay, fine. So I stuck the sprinkler on there, and I've got a little section left to go to just sort of dig up, which apparently I need to be done by the end of tomorrow, which is cool. It's fine, I'll get it done, but it's this little passion project that I was given.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good thing to have a project when you've got nothing to do, because then it gives you something to focus on rather than
Yeah, exactly.
sinking 300 hours into I don't know, a TV show or something mindless.
Another thing I've been doing, which is absolutely mindless, and I have been sinking my time into when I've not been working, is I've been watching a show called Criminal Minds, which is like a TV.
It's on Netflix.
No, it's on Amazon Prime.
Oh, okay.
It's a show about FBI profilers who track serial killers and other stuff like that. And it's one of those shows that's been going since the early 2000s, and the final season was earlier this year. There's 14 or 15 seasons or something. And it's one of those shows that I used to dip in and out, because my mum loves it, right? So I used to dip in and out of watching it all the time. And it's something I was like, I should watch this show from start to finish at one point in my life. And so, since we're in lockdown, I was like, okay, this is probably the best chance I'm ever going to get to actually do this. And I made a list of shows to watch in lockdown that I'm probably not going to get another chance to do. So Criminal Minds is one of them. Another one is Supernatural, because I've always wanted to watch that. And the other one was I can't remember. There was a third one that my book is over yonder. I'll get it later. But yeah, there were 3 shows that are 10 seasons or more that I was like, I'm probably never going to be able to watch these shows, so I'm going to do it. And Criminal Minds and Supernatural were the 2 that I can remember. There's a third one, but whatever. But yeah, like, I think, alongside watching all the anime that, because I generally watch anime with Alex, because he's a massive connoisseur of anime. He shows me stuff and he's like, "This is really good. Let's watch this." And I'm like, "All right, cool, put it on." And then we watch it, and then it's like, "Okay, we'll watch like the first 3 episodes, and if I'm into it, we'll carry on, or if I'm not into it, we'll watch something else." But because Alex works nights, when he's either sleeping or at work, I'm like, I want to watch this stuff by myself, so I throw on those shows.
Yeah, you've got like a good like scheduling pattern
Yeah, exactly.
with that. Yeah.
Précisément. Which is precisely in bad French. Bad French is the only French I know how to talk, by the way. I think I dropped French after year 9. Yeah, I definitely dropped French after year 9 because I remember my French teacher, I had 2 French teachers, was Mr. and Mrs. Garfield.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And for some reason, the first time I ever told my brother about them, he could not stop laughing. Like, this was the funniest thing he'd ever heard in his life. Like, he was in hysterics about the fact that I had these teachers called Mr. and Mrs. Garfield. And yeah,
was he only seeing the Garfield the cat?
Yeah, I mean, he's younger, but he knew of Garfield the cat. But every time I mention something to do with cats or Garfield or whatever, he like bursts out in laughter, and he's like, "Oh yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Garfield." Like, it's the funniest thing to him, and I've never really figured out why, but he just cracks up every time it's mentioned.
Unless it's a thing that he's like seeing in his mind but can't like relay it.
No one
like verbally.
No one knows what's going on in his mind, to be honest.
No one knows what dark secrets lies in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, language was a thing that I think most, like 99% of people, like just got through it rather than took it on any further. Like, I know a couple of people who still love like the languages that they learned, but there's only like that's only like 2 people out of everyone that I know.
Yeah. I had a friend at school who spoke 11 languages.
Oh my God.
Yeah. See if I can commit to memory. He spoke English, French, German, Spanish, Russian, Mandarin, Japanese. I think it was Afrikaans, because this person was South African, by the way. Italian, Romanian, and Swedish, I think. And they were learning Norwegian. Yeah.
Jesus, that's like a super wide mix.
Yeah.
I'd love to do that. Like to understand all these languages and like sit on the tube for like a day. Eavesdrop on conversations.
Do you ever do that thing when you're on public transport where you put your headphones in but you don't turn the music on so you can eavesdrop on people's conversations?
Every now and then, yeah.
I've heard some absolutely stellar conversations on the train. Like, you put your headphones in, you sit near people, but you don't turn the music on. You just hear them like either having like phone conversations or like conversations amongst themselves. Oh, some of them are salacious.
So some of them, sometimes it would be like on the way home from work, and I would, classic me, not forget to charge my headphones.
Oh yeah.
And be like, sat here like, yep, that was intentional. Yep, I'm not an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For sure.
But I think I'd like to do on public transport was like if someone, like the next person that comes on, like make up a backstory for them.
Oh.
As in like they're like a secret agent.
Okay,
from,
I
like,
hear
I don't
you.
know, the KGB or something.
Sure.
But they're hiding in Reading because no one fucking goes to Reading.
Oh, it's one of the things about being out in the countryside. It's like it makes me appreciate how boring Reading is. It's just fucking nothing to do. Like,
Yeah.
it's so dull. Like, compared to other big towns or cities, there's just nothing. Like, it doesn't even have a bowling alley. You have to go to Wokingham.
Yeah, not anymore. It used to have one ages ago.
It doesn't
Like,
even have, like, a decent, like, comic store. There are, like, street corners, or, like, vendors that do, like, comics. But there's no, like, comic book store. There's no arcade. There's
wasn't there a
no...
comic book store in the Harris Arcade?
Yeah, but, like, it's tiny, and it doesn't really cater to... It's not really a comic book store anymore. It's more like a sort of nerd store now. But also, it's tiny, and it's not got a lot of selection, I guess.
It is small, yeah.
One of the best stores in Reading is Eclectic Games.
Yeah, that is a really, really good store. That's like a board game slash what am I trying to say? Like minifigures, like Warhammer and D&D
Yeah.
minifigures.
Yeah.
Minifigure
Also,
shop.
they do card games there. So like
Yes.
Magic the Gathering and Pokemon and Digimon and Pokemon,
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic the Gathering, and I think there's another one called Vanguard.
Okay.
But they run those events there as like the local store in Reading.
Yeah.
I don't play Magic anymore because I can't afford it. But when I was playing, it was like the place to be.
Yeah. Isn't there, you can play Magic online though?
Yeah. So now, a Magic Arena is like the online home of the game.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That might be quite fun to play and get into. Because then theoretically we could play online with each other. Maybe we could stream it. That could be quite fun.
yeah. Have you tried out the the streaming service on Discord yet? Have you tried?
Oh, I've seen that they've added features and stuff, but I've
So,
not like fully explored it.
so you can stream on Discord now, and it's a pretty good thing. I tried it yesterday for the first time, and you don't. It's not like you don't stream cam. It just like captures whatever your screen is.
Whatever window you've got
Whatever.
for...
When yeah, exactly. Like if you want to do like face camming or whatever, you'd still have to do it on Twitch or Mixer or whatever. But
You need like Streamlabs or something.
yeah, exactly. But the actual streaming service, it's very little latency. It's actually pretty good.
That's pretty cool. That makes it viable for like no budget podcasts like us.
Yeah, exactly. So I kind of want to like give it a go at some point, like maybe like amongst our friendship group, to like try like streaming something on Discord, because then people can jump into the thing and you have like a visual cue. I'm thinking of like maybe at some point streaming a D&D session and then having visual cues. I would have to like brainstorm a little bit more than that, but it's just like this idea I've been floating around.
Yeah, I was thinking of trying to do that on our last session, because as a tool for helping me make maps, I've been using Minecraft,
Okay.
because that's blocky and gritty, and you can place like blocks down and make walls and corridors and stuff and rip them up just as easily as you put them down. And I made the map that I then drew and sent to you in
Yeah.
Minecraft first, and I thought, what if I could stream stream that and put like colored wall or colored blocks for certain people and use that as like a token guide.
That's a really cool idea.
Say Chris says he moves like 30 feet down this corridor. I could move his like assigned block 30 feet down this corridor as like a visual indicator,
Yeah.
because that might help the whole, am I in range of this person?
Yeah. Well, we've been going for an hour. I am going to take a quick break just to grab a drink of water and run to the loo. I'll be back very shortly.
That's cool.
Okay, and I'm back. So, just while I was away, I was thinking about something. Where do you stand on party games? Like, you know, things like Jackbox and those sort of like...
Increasingly liking them.
Okay.
Because Jackbox to begin with, I wasn't entirely sure as to what it was. I didn't fully understand the concept of connecting to a console via mobile phone and working with that. But like after watching a few like people on YouTube play through it, I really like the concept of it.
See, I'm kind of the opposite. I started off really liking it, and I've kind of grown out of it. Like, I just don't really enjoy doing it anymore. And it's interesting. I found myself, like, enjoying group gaming less and less as I've gotten older, which is really strange, because I used to love group gaming. Like we were talking about earlier, like, getting people together, getting on the couch, playing, 4-player Halo. And, maybe the Jackbox and those sort of type of games aren't really the... It's not the same. Like, it's not stimulating me in that kind of way.
I suppose they are very, very arcadey and very what am I trying to say? I can't get better than arcade, really. It's like puzzle, quick, like.
Well, the thing for me with it is, right, a lot of them require sort of an artistic nature. Like, a lot of like the drawing ones, I always come last in because I have absolutely zero artistic talent. And also, some of the times they get you to, like, draw things on a very small screen, and I have really big hands. Yeah. So, like, I'll draw something and it'll just be, like, fucking garbage. And I'll be like, okay, well, this is useless. And I'll just frequently come last. And I think because I am naturally competitive, because I was frequently losing through... what I feel wasn't really a fault of my own. It was just the nature of the game. I just grew out of it, and I was like, okay, well, I don't enjoy this anymore. Whereas with things like Halo, I was good at it. And so getting, a group of 4 to do a thing was no problem.
It's difficult to keep going with a thing that you're not doing good in.
Yeah, this is the crux of my gaming life has always been that I am competitive and I want to be good at things, and the things that I'm not good at, I don't do anymore. Yeah. And it's why I played Halo for so long. I was really good at it. It's why I play League. It's because I'm pretty good at it. I'm not as good as I would like to be, but I'm playing more and getting better every day, every time I play. Whereas with these kind of games, I'm just not ever going to be able to get better because functionally I can't change the nature of the game. Like, I can learn the mechanics of League, right? And I can get better at the in-game stuff. But when the sort of core mechanics of games like Jackbox and all of those things require you to do a thing that I'm physically incapable of doing, I'm just like, okay, well, what's the point in doing it?
Yeah, it's when you're being when you're being pushed back by the hardware rather than your ability to do so.
Exactly. And it is sort of super frustrating because, like, the thing is, right, a lot of our friends keep asking me to, like, do gaming sessions and online stuff, and I keep resisting, I guess, because I'm like, I don't want to play this thing that's just going to frustrate me, because I don't want to take it out on them, right? Like, they're looking for being social, they're looking for social times, friendship and all of that stuff, and I feel like I can't give them that because I am not enjoying myself.
Yeah, because there's like the element of salt from losing.
Yeah, and I don't particularly care about losing as long as there is an opportunity to improve and there is an opportunity to win in the future. I don't mind losing. I have no issue with it. It's like board games and whatever. I've lost so many board games, but I keep playing them because I have also won and I have the opportunity to win because it's not the game that is causing me to lose. It's my decisions, or it's my bad luck, or whatever.
You feel like the cards aren't stacked against you.
Exactly. So when I'm playing those type of games, I'm just like, okay, well, I can't do this physically or functionally. I can't do this, so I want to do something else. I want to play something else, and I feel like it's caused a bit of friction maybe between me and some of my friends, because like I don't participate even when we do it like as like a group of people in our house. I'm just there like, I'm not gonna do it because I'm not gonna enjoy it.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose you've had that experience though, because you had quite a populated like house to be able to do those kind of party games like I say consistently, like very very frequently, rather than me, who the only thing I've seen of it is like other people play on like YouTube and stuff.
Yeah.
And I really want to play a couple of these because it caters to like a game mode that I wanna look at. Like there's one in the sixth pack called Push the Button, where you're on a spaceship and I think a couple of your crew have been like an alien has laid its egg in your like throat or something, and you've got to figure out who it is. It's like figuring out traitors from the party, and like
That sounds fun, actually. Like that's not like anything I've described in the last few minutes. Like that actually sounds like a really fun game.
yeah.
Have you ever played Spy Party?
Say again, Spy Party?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, carry on with what you're saying, and I'll talk about Spy Party here in a minute.
But yeah, it's catering to one of those game modes. It's like Trouble in Terrorist Town from Gmod.
Yeah.
And yeah, for those who don't know, you play on this level. You've got guns and stuff, and you're trying to figure out which one of you guys are terrorists. And there's like a ratio of like 1 to 4. So if you've got 4 people playing, one person is a traitor to your cause, and you got to figure out who it is and kill them before the traitor kills all of you.
That sounds really fun.
And it's super fun, like deceiving. Like, no, I'm not the traitor. No, I didn't kill him. I was over there when he died. No, I've not got that gun. I've not got the murder weapon. No. But yeah, what's Spy Party?
So Spy Party is like, okay, so you are looking through like a camera or like a set of binoculars into a party room on a balcony. Or like there is a balcony. It's like in a sort of high-rise complex, and you're looking at this party. Oh no, sorry, you're looking through a scope, and there are different people. It's a cooperative game. One person is in the party, like mingling, and trying to discern who the spy is, and the other person has the trigger.
That sounds super fun.
And you are like, you communicate with these NPCs trying to figure out who the spy is by like the conversations that you have, and then you relay the information back to the guy with the trigger to snipe them.
Oh, that sounds super cool.
Look it up on YouTube. It's giga funny because there is a multiplayer mode in which everyone is a player instead of all NPCs. And one person is assigned spy at the start, and you have to convince people that you're not a spy. And I've seen groups of like 10 to like 12 players, and it is so effing funny.
Oh, that sounds super good. Can we play?
Yeah, I want to play so bad. I think it's on Steam, the game. But you have to look it up. But yeah, look up Spy Party on YouTube. Holy fuck, it's funny.
It sounds like Keep Calm and Nobody Explodes.
Yes. Or what's this? Keep Talking and No One Explodes is another sort of variation of that.
Sorry, that was what I was on about. Keep
okay.
Talking and Nobody Explodes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you're defusing the bomb, but the other person's got the instruction manual.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I love
Spy
games like this.
Spy Party is like one of those things that I would love to get, like a group of like 10 to 12 people. Just the trouble is that like getting 10 to 12 people to buy the same game and be around at the same time is so difficult.
Yeah, because it's like £19.50 per one.
Yeah. Is that how much it is?
Yeah.
You just look it up.
Yeah, I'm on the Steam page now.
But yeah, I want to play so bad. But I was thinking, actually, when lockdown's over, we should do another thing where some of us come up and see you guys.
Definitely.
And
I've got
I think the four of us should play Spy Party. I think that would be so funny.
That would be so good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got a couple of like Couchplay games on my computer up here. We would just need controllers for everybody.
You can hook wired Xbox controllers to computers, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got several in my room that I don't use because I don't have a 360 anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, is there anything else to talk about? There's a lot of just like chatting today, which I think is a good thing. We love doing this, and
it's a shame that this episode has had to be pushed back so far. But
yeah, I now have the ability to record, so hopefully the episodes will come thick and fast. But yeah, hopefully things will go back to relatively frequent uploads, maybe every week or other week.
Normal. Yeah.
Something to that effect. For everyone who does listen frequently, thank you so much. A couple of people have reached out asking when the episode's going to be out. So this is for you guys, for the loyal listeners. And one other thing you guys could do that would really help us out is just tell your friends. Like, word of mouth is one of the biggest ways that this small thing is going to grow. So tell your friends to listen. Throw it on in the background while you're making dinner or something like that.
Put it on for your dog.
Yeah. Anyone who you think would enjoy it, to listening to two nerds talk about nerdy things.
Yeah.
I think it's probably a good place to wrap up just there.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good to me.
Okay. Thank you everyone for listening to episode 8? Episode 9?
Oh my god, I don't actually know.
Episode something less than 10. Somewhere between 7 and 10. I think it's episode 8, if I remember correctly. I might be wrong. But
no, it's episode 9.
Oh, okay, there you go. Episode 9. Thank you for listening to episode 9. We apologize for the long hiatus again. Mostly my fault. I take full responsibility for that. But like I said,
to be fair, it is a global thing that's happening. It's not like a rabbit is in your microphone or something.
True enough. But we are back, raring to go, and the content will come thick and fast. Thank you to everyone who listens, and we will see you next time. Bye.
See you guys. Bye.